the morning of September 3rd, 2007, Steve Fossett climbed into his Super Decathlon light aircraft at a private ranch in western Nevada. To the world, Fossett was more than a pilot. He was a legend of human endurance. He was the first person to fly solo around the world in a balloon, and the first to do it in a fixed-wing aircraft without refueling. He had set 116 world records across 5 different sports. Fossett didn't just fly, he conquered the elements. The flight was supposed to be a simple 3-hour pleasure trip. The sky was a perfect crystalline blue. There was no flight plan filed because, for a man of his experience, this was the equivalent of a morning stroll. He carried no parachute, only 1 bottle of water, and his signature confidence. He took off into the vast, shimmering heat of the Great Basin Desert, and then silence. When he failed to return by noon, the alarm was raised. But what followed wasn't just a search party. It was one of the largest and most technologically advanced manhunts in American history. This was the search for a ghost. For weeks, the Civil Air Patrol, the National Guard, and even thousands of private citizens using Google Earth scrutinized every inch of the Nevada wilderness. They scanned satellite images from their homes, looking for any sign of the downed plane, a glint of metal, a patch of scorched earth, anything. The search area was immense, covering over 17,000 square miles of unforgiving terrain. Day after day, the news reported the same thing: no sign of Steve Fossett. The man who had circled the globe, who had mastered wind and wave, had simply vanished into the clear blue sky over his own backyard. The world's greatest adventurer had become a phantom, lost in the vast emptiness of the American West. But the desert didn't just hide Steve Fossett. As the search planes flew low over the jagged peaks of the Sierra Nevada, they began to spot something chilling. They found wreckage, then another, and another, but none of them belonged to Steve Fossett. They were stumbling upon a secret graveyard of aviation, ghost planes that had vanished decades ago, hidden in plain sight in a region now known as the Nevada Triangle. In the hunt for one lost plane, searchers found the forgotten resting places of at least 10 others. These weren't just random crashes, they were a pattern. A B-24 bomber from World War II, a P-80 shooting star, one of the first American jet fighters, a private plane from the 1960s, its pilot's remains still inside. Each discovery was a ghost story, a family tragedy left unsolved for half a century. The search for one man was about to uncover a century of forgotten tragedies and a mystery that even the world's greatest adventurer couldn't survive. So why do so many planes disappear here, in this specific corner of the American West? Welcome to the Nevada Triangle, an unofficial zone stretching from Las Vegas to Reno and over to Fresno, California. Some estimates claim over 2,000 aircraft have gone missing in this region over the past 60 years, while some blame the proximity to secretive military bases like Area 51, suggesting experimental technology or magnetic anomalies. The scientific explanation is perhaps even more terrifying. Pilots call it the mountain wave. The Sierra Nevada mountains are like giant rocks in a fast-moving river of air. As strong winds from the Pacific hit this massive granite wall, they are forced violently upward, creating powerful updrafts that can toss a small plane thousands of feet in seconds. But what goes up must come down. On the other side of the peaks, this air comes crashing down in rotor-like turbulence and downdrafts so powerful they can exceed a small plane's ability to climb. A pilot can be flying in perfectly clear air one moment and find themselves in an invisible, inescapable elevator straight into the ground the next. It's a silent, invisible killer that leaves no warning. For over a year, Steve Fossett's fate remained a complete mystery. Despite the massive search, the high-tech tools, and the thousands of volunteers, the desert held its secret. Then, in late September 2008, a hiker named Preston Morrow was trekking through a remote part of the Sierra Nevada when he stumbled upon something out of place: an ID card, a pilot's certificate, and $1,000 in cash, all belonging to Steve Fossett. The discovery finally narrowed the search area. Soon after, search teams located the wreckage of Steve Fossett's plane, slammed into a mountainside at over 10,000 feet. The impact had been catastrophic, but the discovery raised more questions than it answered. Fossett was a survival expert. He had an emergency locator transmitter on board, a device designed to automatically signal his location in a crash. Why didn't it work? Investigators believe the sheer force of the impact likely destroyed it. Fossett, the man who survived everything the world threw at him, was likely gone in an instant, a victim of the mountain's invisible power. The story of Steve Fossett and the Nevada Triangle is more than a tragic footnote in aviation history. It is a profound reminder that our mastery over the world is often an illusion. We live in an era where we can zoom in on any backyard on the planet from a smartphone, where satellites track our every move, and where the unknown feels like a relic of the past. But the silent, rusted wreckage scattered across the Sierra Nevada proves America still holds vast, impenetrable secrets. The discovery of Fossett's remains didn't close the book on the Nevada Triangle. It only added a new, famous chapter to a volume that continues to be written. Even today, as you watch this, there are hundreds of aircraft still missing in the American West. There are families who still wake up every morning wondering if a hiker, a hunter, or a change in the weather will finally reveal the resting place of their loved ones. The secret graveyard is not a static place. It is an ever-growing testament to the raw, indifferent power of the wilderness. Why does this region continue to fascinate and terrify us? Perhaps because it represents the last frontier. In a world that feels increasingly small and monitored, the Nevada Triangle stands as a hidden America, a place where the map still has holes and where nature still holds the final say. It humors us. It reminds us that for all our technology, we are still biological creatures moving through a landscape that doesn't care about our bank accounts, our world records, or our GPS coordinates. Steve Fossett spent his life chasing the horizon, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. In the end, he found a boundary that couldn't be pushed. He became part of the very landscape he sought to conquer. His legacy isn't just in the records he broke, but in the mystery he left behind, a mystery that forced a nation to look closer at its own backyard and realize how little we actually see. As we look out over the jagged peaks of the high Sierras today, we must accept a haunting truth. Beneath that beautiful crystalline blue sky, the mountains are still watching. They are still waiting. And somewhere in those deep, shadowed canyons, the next secret is already hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right moment to be found. Thank you for journeying with us into the heart of America's most mysterious graveyard. If you believe that the secrets of our land deserve to be remembered, hit the like button and share this story. This is Best Hidden America, where we uncover the untold, the forgotten, and the unexplained. Subscribe to join our search for the truth. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon, but never forget what might be hiding beneath the shadows.